My name is Father Lincoln Dall. I'm a diocesan priest with the Diocese of Jackson in Mississippi. I'm the Vicar General of the diocese. I also am the pastor of 2 parishes in the towns of Clinton and Raymond, and I also do a lot of prison ministry at a big state prison and at a federal prison. What I really liked about the program, it was very practically oriented and project oriented. So everything we learned was focused on a project. And it's interesting, in the beginning, I focused my project on the parish life, getting my youth and children and adults more into the Eucharist. But as I started journeying, I felt the Holy Spirit calling me to center it on the prison population. During my time in prison ministry, it often was very hard to get into the prisoners, and there were a lot of roadblocks and obstacles. And I think in centering it on the Eucharist, I formed the inmates as Eucharistic missionaries and saw them so they could see themselves as evangelizers to the other prisoners. It just so opened up my ministry and sort of the way I looked at it. So I would say it helped me reimagine and re-envision that ministry. And so before, I was maybe ministering to about 10 or 20 inmates. Now, on any given week, I could see more than 200 inmates. So my ministry has really exploded as a part of this program. The environment at a prison in Mississippi is pretty awful. There's a lot of violence, a lot of drugs, a lot of gang members. So in the past few months, with the spring and the summer, we've started a garden project initiative. And I think we got that idea through the Eucharist and through the connection of Jesus with the multiplication of the loaves and the fish, and trying to teach the inmates some skills that they can take home to their families. So we're actually building a building that's 30 by 40 feet and starting classes through the University of Mississippi, their agricultural extension program. And so part of what I learned through this program is through the liturgy and the Eucharist, we are more fully human. So being able to frame that ministry through the Eucharist to the inmates, it just has helped me as the priest there and helped the inmates so much.
I was really struggling with prison life, and church is all I had to look forward to. And over the next couple of years, me and Father Lincoln became good friends. I can honestly say today he's one of my best friends. With his love, he got me through the hardest days of my life.
To have been incarcerated for 3 years, and the first time to be able to go to actual Mass, Catholic Mass, was just a great experience.
It felt like coming home. It felt like family.
What a lot of people don't realize is how every aspect of our lives can be affected by the liturgy. I think they maybe see the liturgy just in the religious context, but not how it can transform yourselves, your neighbors, your family, your workplace, really everything. The liturgy really is how we encounter Jesus in our lives. And I think we need the liturgy to really engage in a life of discipleship. And the Eucharist feeds us not just through the host, but spiritually and mentally and on so many different levels. And I think, again, if you realize all the implications of that, it can really bring blessings into your life that you wouldn't have imagined before. And that is so important for us to be able to give them that gift in this ministry. At the end of the Mass, the priest says, "The Mass is ended, go forth and live the gospel." So to take what you have learned and how you're fed by the liturgy and then go out into the world, transform yourself and transform others. And I think once you think about all the implications of that, it can open up so many different doors. I really don't know where this ministry is going to lead next. It's just taken so many twists and turns that I haven't even imagined in the past. So really, it's going to be a work in progress, and that will live on, I hope, for forever.